Alright, so perhaps you've seen the video of Elizabeth Warren with that father who asked her if he was going to get his money back through her student loan debt forgiveness program. He basically says that he worked double shifts and saved his money to pay for his kids' college, while someone he knew was irresponsible, took vacations, bought a car, had fun, and that person is essentially being bailed out because they were irresponsible and did not think things through, whereas he saved his money, planned for his kids' future, did not live lavishly, and because of that, he doesn't get any benefit. He is losing that money and not getting this privilege because he did the right thing. Now, Elizabeth Warren, first of all, needs lessons in being a politician. This was an opportunity for her to lie. It's easy, and all politicians should know how to do it. It's the number one tool on a politician's tool belt. All she needed to do was tell him that she's looking into how to retroactively give him his money back. You don't have to fulfill that promise, Elizabeth. Don't worry, our expectations for politicians are extremely low. No one would be shocked by it when you don't follow through, and you wouldn't have been so embarrassed in that specific moment. But, okay, obviously I'm joking around a bit, but this is a serious issue. To any parent out there who worked their hands to the bone, paid for your kids' college, or at least a large part of their college, you are now a sucker. That was wasted money. What a mistake you made by doing the right thing. What a mistake you made by working hard, not living beyond your means, and being frugal. Leave it to the realm of politics to mutate responsibility and thriftiness into something that actively hurts you and makes you worse off. And also, it's not just the parents, it's also the people who didn't go to college, who went to a trade school or just started working right after high school. There's plenty of jobs where you can make a decent living and no college degree is required, and it's an even better deal without the debt hanging over your head. Well, again, what suckers they will be if this ever goes through. They made an awesome decision in their life and did not bog themselves down with debt for a worthless degree. And looking back now, maybe you should have made the wrong choice. And by the way, why are those degrees becoming more and more worthless and becoming more and more difficult to pay off? Well, of course, it's because of government subsidizing the loans. The colleges and banks don't care about the risk. They've got the government handing out loans like they're going out of style, so everyone has a degree which degrades their worth. And it's even happening to graduate degrees now. I have my master's in business, and that means less and less every single year. Because a lot of people will go to graduate school just so they can defer their loans for another 2 years because colleges are ridiculously expensive now. Colleges are basically like staying at a resort for 4 or 5 years. They become ridiculously lavish. Again, due to the subsidization of higher education from the government. It's a massive artificial increase in demand. And is basically a huge handout to the upper administration of every college. And given how Washington, D.C. involved themselves in higher education, our current situation shouldn't shock anyone. But of course, you never hear Warren or Sanders or Biden or barely any other politician ever mention this. You just get these terrible schemes from politicians that claim they can right every wrong and not have massively horrible, undesirable consequences come about from those schemes. But anyway, the most important point I really want to get across is this. Elizabeth Warren actually went on to MSNBC or CNN, I forget which, but she addressed this confrontation she had with this father, and her response was essentially telling everyone that yes, some of you are going to get screwed over. It's imperfect, but we have to do what we have to do. Now, okay, but there's one little detail she's leaving out. There's one thing she's suspiciously omitted. There's one part of the story she's not telling you, and that is that it's not that just some people are going to get the shaft. It's that everyone who was actually responsible and frugal are getting screwed over. Everyone who lived within their means and planned their future out to the best of their ability, they're the ones getting the shaft specifically. So, it's bad enough when a government program screws people over indiscriminately, right? Everyone might suffer. But it is in another realm of insanity when the precise people who are being punished are the responsible ones. What a horrifying precedent to set. To make it so the people that we should be looking at saying, look at that guy, emulate him, he did things the right way, he was smart, he was responsible, he had his head screwed on tight, he planned things out. That's what we should be saying when we look at a guy like that father. But with this crap that Warren and Sanders and the rest of them are proposing, it's going to be the complete opposite. We're going to be looking at that decent, honest, hard-working, responsible person, and we're going to be saying, screw that. I don't want to have anything to do with a responsible, frugal lifestyle. Why the hell would I do that? That looks difficult. And meanwhile, any poor decision I make might be subsidized away anyway. So again, That's an extremely important point that Warren just omits. She just says, yeah, there'll be some unfairness, but we have to do it. No, it's not that there will be just a little unfairness. It's that you are sending a direct message to everyone to just be irresponsible. Don't give much thought to what you're doing. Don't bother doing too much research, and don't stress yourself out trying to be responsible. Because if we get in charge, we're not doing you any favors for your good decisions. We just want to help those who didn't think things through. They, after all, are our main constituents. But that's all for now. And hey, subscribe to my channel. It would be a huge help. And take it easy.